If your Roblox bank account looks anything like mine, then you know exactly why I need to do this. Roblox cash grabs. These are low effort and easy to make Roblox games which can sometimes take only 3 days to make, if you know what I mean. Girl Gardener. Which is why today I am going to be trying to make my very own cash grab. But I have to make the entire game in only 3 days, just so that it meets the requirements that make a true Roblox cash grab. But before I show you the 4 requirements needed to make a Roblox cash grab, I need... You are going to fail was a message that I just received, but who even sent it? You guys saw that too, right? Okay, that doesn't matter right now. Let's just continue with the video. Before we can even make a game, we're going to need an idea for our cash grab. But to find this idea, we're gonna need to get into the minds of the types of devs that make these cash grabs.
I need everybody to give me one good idea on what we can make this game about.
Sir? What if we just steal a game that's already working?
I asked you to give me good ideas, and somehow you managed to give me a great one.
If you haven't played some of these Roblox cash grabs, most of them are really just a spin-off of a very popular game. So I went into the Roblox homepage to try and find a hidden gem that I could make a spin-off of. And after a little bit of searching, I found the game we're going to steal. Now that we have an idea for the game, I'm going to break it up into 5 parts that we need to make to complete the entire game. And the first part we're going to be working on is the map. Since the entire game loop is you fishing out characters from a river and taking them back to your base and upgrading them so you can make more money, the map is going to need 3 things: a river, player bases, and those bases are going to need slots so you can put a whole bunch of characters. But I didn't know how I was going to design this map or what it was even supposed to look like when it was finished. So I did what every good developer would do in this moment. I opened the game we were copying and tried to study the layout and design as much as I could. After that, I tried to make the best one-to-one replica I possibly could. And this was what I was able to make. Copying maps when developing cash grabs isn't a new idea. You see that a lot with a lot of slop games that try to recreate the original as close as possible and make one little change like switching out the characters, which is exactly what we're going to be doing today. So instead of catching brain rots from the river, we're going to be catching baddies. After creating the map and the bases, something happened. I wasn't going to tell you guys, but I got another Discord message. You're wasting your time. This game will fail. And I asked the person, who are you? I didn't get a reply, but I was actually starting to worry that this person knew something I didn't. But that was the end of day 1, so I ended up just going to bed and forgetting about it. On day 2, I started working on the core mechanics of the entire game, the fishing system. Since players would be catching baddies from a river, first I needed a way for players to actually start fishing. So I created a fishing rod tool under starter player pack. This meant when the game started, you would already have a fishing rod tool to begin with. Then I created a script and a remote event for the fishing system, so that when a player clicks while holding the fishing rod tool, the tool sends a remote event to the server. Then the server checks if a player is close enough to the river, and if they are, a ray is casted into the river and attaches to the nearest baddie. At least in theory. Before we can actually test if this works, I used Moon Animator's character inserter to get a few baddies from a bunch of random Roblox players. Then I put them into a characters folder and then made some basic character info UI that's gonna hover above their heads. After doing that, I made a character spawner script that will spawn the baddies from one end of the river and destroy them when they reach the next. At the moment, we have a working prototype of the game, but there's still a lot to do. I continue to improve the fishing system by adding animations and more UI elements that will make the game feel more interactive. If you remember earlier, the character info UI had this red number with a KG icon right next to it. That's basically how much you would need to click to actually catch the baddie. And to make it even more fun and less agonizing, at random moments these target multipliers would appear somewhere on your screen. And if you clicked on them, it would reduce the actual amount of clicks you needed to catch the baddie. And that was everything I was able to work on for day 2. It is now officially the last day of the challenge, and there is so much we need to do. The placement system, the character upgrade system, the base upgrade system, the data storing, the player money, the leaderboard, the index, the shop UI, and adding more rods to the game. A whole bunch of bits and bobs that we haven't done yet. And the crazy thing is, we only have 24 hours to actually work on everything, or we failed the challenge. I started by working on the placement system so that you could place the baddies from your inventory into an empty base slot and they would start generating money. While knocking out that system, I was also able to add an upgrade button in front of the baddie, which when clicked, would upgrade how much money per second your baddie made. At the moment when you join the game, you start off with 3 floors and all the slots already there. So I made a base upgrade system so that you start with a single floor and upgrade your base over time to unlock more slot space and floors. After that, I made a data storing script to make sure that when you left and rejoined, the money you had, the base you upgraded, and the baddies you caught would still be there and retain their state. That's just so you don't get frustrated and restart from scratch every single time you join the game. Now that we have all that done, we were left with a few more things to add to the game. But even though that was just a few seconds for you guys, it actually took me the entire day to get all these things working. We have like 1 hour until the day is over. I'm gonna try to polish the game up as much as I can, but I'm starting to think we won't have a ready to launch game in the next hour. And somehow in my head, I still thought it was a good idea to use what's left of my remaining time to design the UI for the game. I managed to get the design fully finished. The shop UI, the rod shop, the rebirth, but the only issue was the UI was only in Figma, basically making it useless because it would take even longer to try recreate this inside Roblox Studio. The day was over and we weren't able to make a complete Roblox cash grab in only 3 days. After 3 days of building, scripting, and questioning my life decisions, the game was so far from being complete, and I wasn't gonna be able to publish it. But that's when I actually realized something. The mysterious Discord messages that kept appearing throughout the challenge knew something. This random person somehow knew that I was gonna fail, and that's when I actually found out who they were. They weren't just a random person. Those messages were actually from me. I had somehow scheduled them before the challenge even started in my sleep. Because deep down, I think I already knew that I wasn't gonna be able to complete this challenge. Most Roblox cash grabs never go viral. And this is one of them.